Yeah, hello. Today I've got a Minecraft villager breeder for Java 1.16 and up. It does not work in Bedrock Edition of Minecraft, so do be warned. This is for Java, and it's really small compared to most of the other villager breeders online at the moment. I spent a lot of time working with this, and I finally got it so that it will always work 100% of the time, and is really simple to use. So pretty much all you do is you can pick either the left or the right villager, and give them however many carrots you want. If you're standing here, you have to look up a little bit, toss it, and it'll pick it up, and then the villagers will eventually, if you wait long enough. Okay, there we go. So the villagers just toss the carrots, the left one toss carrots to the right side, and they will start to breed. And any second now, a little baby should drop out. There it is. It'll drop out here. The minecart will pick it up and it'll send it off to its destination, and then the next minecart will be ready for the next baby. Okay, so for this breeder, the items you will need are right here. 4 beds, 2 fences, 1 iron bar, 3 trapdoors of any kind, and of course, I just said around 40 glass, but you know, it depends on what type of block you want to build this with. I chose glass because then you can see the babies coming out. And these are the items here that will be used for the collection system at the end. But anyways, let's get started with the tutorial. I also forgot to mention you will need 1 water bucket and of course 2 villagers to actually begin the breeder. But what you're going to first start off with is a 5x5 area, like so. Then you're going to pick the corner for which you want the baby to exit out of. So either this corner, that corner, you know, pretty much any of them. I'm going to pick the right corner here. And so what you do is you build a glass container that is 2 blocks high all the way around, except for in the corner that you want the baby to leave in. And then you take water and you place it in this corner right here, in the opposite corner of where the baby will leave from. Now we're going to actually build the villager breeder section. So you can pick pretty much any corner, it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to pick this one right here and this one right here. You're going to break out the center block for the top half, and then we're going to put a top half slab like so. Take a fence, place it on the inside right next to the slab. The reason it's a slab here is so it doesn't connect with a solid block. You don't want that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take another layer of glass and just build all the way around. Now that we have in this layer, what we're going to do is break the 2 middle ones, place a slab here and here. You take out your iron bar now and place it right in the middle, and you'll see that it won't connect to the slabs. And we're going to take blocks, place them on one side. You can pick the side if you want it, and make a little cup like that. From the U, you're going to take out your trapdoors, and you're going to put 3 trapdoors on the blocks like so, and so they all open up like this. After you put in the trapdoors, we're going to put another row of glass right in the front right here, and closing the whole thing, and make sure that all the trapdoors are closed. Like so. Now we just need to get in our villagers. So to do that, we're gonna put in temporary blocks. Let me use a different block so that you know they are temporary. I will use a white wool. And just enclose it like so. And then we're gonna build a little staircase so that we can build a rail up to where the villagers are. Pretty much, it doesn't really matter how you do this, but you just build a rail that points into an enclosed area right above the trapdoor. And now, you pretty much just get your villager from wherever he is. Let's say there's a villager right here. If you don't know how to get them in, you push the minecart into the villager, and they will go in like that. Pretty much, you just follow the rail and just keep pushing up the villager until see if I can get him in there. Yep, until he drops down into the hole. Then you can break all of the blocks, and then do it for the left side, which I'm going to do really quickly here. So now that the villagers are in their little chamber, we can remove all of the temporary blocks, because we won't need them anymore. And then you will open the middle trapdoor, and then you will open the left and the right ones, and you'll see that... Oops, I spawned another villager. That was an accident. I didn't mean for you guys to see that, but you will open this trapdoor, and he will drop down another layer, and you guys can close all of the trapdoors. Now, of course, you guys probably won't have villagers spawning eggs, so if you guys are wondering how you get the villagers to get to the breeder in the first place, you guys can use boats or minecarts, or pretty much you bring them from the village all the way to the villager breeder. And then, now what we're going to do, this is by far the most important part, so you guys have to follow me correctly here. We're going to look on the right villager, and from this block right here, we're going to face towards the center. You hold shift and just hang off the edge here. You can place a bed, and you will see green particles above the left villager. If you do not see green particles above the left one, it is not done correctly, and you will have to break the bed, wait a little bit, and then place it again until you see green particles on the left villager. Now you can do it to the left side. Place a bed here. Take out a temporary block again. And then we're going to take blocks and place up above this this trapdoor. Now what you do is if you take a axe or a sword, pretty much anything, I would recommend an axe so you don't hit the villager. You can look right here and you can break the minecart. You'll see that his little head pops up. You can open the trapdoor and he'll drop back down. Break this minecart, open the trapdoor, and he'll drop back down. Now if you remove these two wool blocks, you'll see that the green particles will appear above the right villager. Those green particles are very important because that means the villagers can see their beds and can reach it. If they cannot see their beds, that means they will not spawn babies. Now you can break this middle trapdoor and close the other two. And we're almost done with the breeder. Take out another two beds. Just place them here and here. You can use a ladder pretty much. And just place it right there like so. So you can climb up here. And your whole breeder is actually done, and all you have to do is look up here and toss carrots to either the left or the right villager. For the collection system of the little babies, what we're going to do is we're going to break this block right here, place a redstone block, and place a powered rail on top of it. Then we're going to have a dispenser one block away, pointing towards the redstone block. And we're going to place another block diagonal to this one, and then another one diagonal like that. Now if you place a normal rail here, and then hold shift, you can place another one here, and here. You can take a detector rail, place it here, and a normal rail here. If you take a redstone dust, you can place it right here. And then you can fill this with minecarts. Take a normal block, and you will break this and place down a normal block quickly so that the water doesn't escape. This has to be a normal block, because if it's a glass block, the minecart won't bounce. Now you can just place a minecart here, and you'll see that it'll keep bouncing up and down, but only when there's somebody inside of it will it bounce over the hill and come down on the side. And then another minecart will spawn. And if you guys want it to have more minecarts, you can have a hopper here by holding shift, looking at the dispenser, with a chest of any size, and just fill this one with minecarts, and it will have a ton of minecarts for the dispenser. Okay, so before I go, I'm just going to explain a little bit about the villager breeder, because there are some important things that you guys need to know. First off, the villagers in the two breeders have to be nowhere near another village, nowhere near another villager for like 30 something blocks or so. So about this far is safe, so this villager won't affect it. I have killed the ones in here because they were affecting it. And then what you do is you stand here, about a stack of carrots. I would recommend using carrots or potatoes. Wheat's kind of messy. But if you look up about here and toss a stack of carrots, oopsies, and just back up away from it, it will pick it up and it'll toss it right over to the partner, and they'll start breeding. And so in the day cycle, right during the morning, it'll spawn one baby. Right around noon, it'll spawn another baby, and they won't produce any more babies for the rest of the day until the next day in the morning and at noon. Those are the only two times they produce babies. And if you see a villager ever stand up on top of the trapdoor like this, you will open it up and let it drop back down. Once they start breeding a couple times, they'll stop jumping because they'll find themselves at home, I guess. I don't really know why they jump up, but after a couple times of breeding, they'll never jump up again. So now you can see that I have a baby here. And like I said, it'll spawn twice a day. About 1 stack of carrots will produce 4 babies. And then one last thing I have to say before I go is these babies, you have to send them at least 30 blocks away from the spawner. Because if they are staying within the area of 30 blocks, the spawner will not work anymore. So you have to get rid of the babies somehow by sending them to another area. You can make them go up or down. If you make them go down 34 blocks, that also works, as long as they are a total of 34 blocks away from the spawner. If you guys found this tutorial helpful, maybe you'll leave a thumbs up. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions about how the villager breeder actually works, leave a comment down below, because there are a couple, confusing things that I may not have explained. But anyways, enjoy.